Hi everyone, my name is Sabrina Harms and I'm a volunteer at BronxWorks, and today I will be presenting the Stellar Farmers Market curriculum for the Nutrition Education Capacity Program. Today's farmers market recipe is one that I'm really excited about because it uses some of my favorite vegetables. Our farmers market item today is carrots, and we will be making braised carrots and tomatoes. So let's check out that recipe. For this recipe, you will need 1 tablespoon vegetable oil, 1 tablespoon whole coriander or cumin seeds, or 1 teaspoon ground, 1 cup chopped onion, 4 cups chopped carrots, 4 garlic cloves minced, 1 cup chopped tomatoes, half a cup of chopped mint, and salt and pepper to taste. This recipe will make 4 servings. Here are all of the ingredients that I will need to make braised carrots and tomatoes. I was able to grab the carrots, onion, garlic, and tomatoes, all from our seasonal farm stand, which you can do too if you want to make this recipe at home. Most of these ingredients are staples at the farm stand and shouldn't be hard to find. I grew the mint I will be using in my herb garden and will be using a bit less than the recipe suggests since my plant is growing slower now that it's cold outside. I'm going to remove the tops of my carrots before cooking by twisting them at the base and pulling. These are edible, so you can save and eat later. I washed my hands and all of my produce thoroughly before cooking to practice good food safety. Since the carrots grow underground and may have a lot of leftover dirt remaining on them, it's important to scrub them well before eating. If you notice that your cooking board is moving while you're cutting, you might want to place a damp towel underneath it to help it stick better to the surface. Let's start by chopping our onion. As we did last week, we're going to make the edges flat to make chopping easier. Remember to use the bear claw technique so that if the knife touches your other hand, it just brushes up against the backs of your fingers rather than harming your fingertips. Remember to move your knife in a wave-like motion while you're cutting and to keep a good grip on the onion. Now we have flat edges and we can cut straight down the middle. Once our onion is cut, we're going to take off that papery exterior layer so that we can have an easier time chopping the remaining bit of the onion. Now that we have our onions completely stripped of the outer layer, we're just going to lay them down lengthwise and cut little strips. Remember to practice good knife safety during all of this. Onions are a good addition to any meal, especially during these colder months, as they contain a lot of vitamin C and antioxidants, which strengthen our immune system and protect our hearts. Once we have the onions cut into strips, we're going to turn them in the other direction and then cut them into smaller pieces. Make sure to get the onions off each side of your knife. Next, let's mince our garlic. We're going to start by taking out 4 cloves from this head of garlic. What you first want to do is make a little puncture in the skin of the garlic, which will then allow you to peel out the cloves that you need. Here you can see I've got 3 cloves wrapped in this layer. We're going to want to take off the papery exterior like we did with the onion and then separate the cloves. Now that we have the cloves separated, what you're going to want to do is to peel off the outer layer of the clove. An easy way to do this if you don't have a garlic crusher is to just use the flat end of your knife and push down. Once you hear a bit of a cracking noise, you know that the skin will be able to be easily peeled off. Now that our garlic has been peeled, let's start mincing it. You're going to want to use the bear claw grip and the wave-like motion of your knife to cut your garlic long ways. This might be a little bit harder now as the garlic clove is so small. Just do your best and keep your fingers out of the knife's way. Now that you have your garlic cut into these pieces, you're just going to want to cut it further into smaller pieces. It will be a little bit hard to hold on to the garlic now that the pieces are so small, so what you're going to want to do is to place your hand on the top of your knife to give yourself some better traction. Try and mince your garlic as fine as possible. Having large pieces of garlic in your meal will mean that some parts of your meal don't taste like garlic, while others taste very strongly of it. To get a more well-rounded flavor, you're going to want smaller pieces that distribute evenly across your dish. You might notice that the garlic is very sticky as you cut, and that is perfectly normal. Just remember to remove it from your knife after you're done chopping. Now we're going to cut our carrots. We're going to start by cutting off what remains of the stems, as well as the roots at the bottom of the carrot. When cutting the carrot, similarly to cutting other produce, you might want to start by making a flat surface to make it easier to cut later. Cut the carrot in half to create this flat end that can then be used to cut up the carrot. Once the carrots have that flat end, we're just going to line up the two ends together and just cut down. Once you have a row like that where they're cut, you can then go in the opposite direction and you'll get finer dices. For the best buy, choose carrots that are firm, smooth, and without cracks. To prepare, simply wash well with water. There's no need to peel the skin, which is full of nutrients. To keep fresh, refrigerate unwashed raw carrots for up to 2 weeks. Refrigerate cooked carrots for up to 3 days. Carrots contain vitamin A, which is good for healthy eyes and skin. Let's now heat oil in a large pot over medium-high heat. I'm using a pan for this demonstration just so that you can see me better. You're going to want to spread the oil all over the pan so that nothing will stick to it. Now that the oil has been heating for a little bit, add coriander or cumin and onion and cook until soft, which will take about 5 minutes. Remember that cooking is family time. Kids can help by removing the greens from the carrots or by scrubbing the carrot skins. Just make sure that they're getting all of the dirt off the carrots. Some quick tips for carrots are to eat carrot sticks plain with low-fat salad dressing or dip. You can also shred carrots into a soup or salad, and you can even eat the greens on top of carrots. All you need to do is wash and cook, to eat as greens, use as a garnish, or even boil to make a vegetable broth. Once you have the cumin and the onions in the pot together, you're going to want to mix them so that the cumin properly covers all of the onions. Now let's add the carrots and the garlic and cook all of this together for 3 minutes. At any point during cooking, feel free to add salt to taste. If you don't like cooking with salt, you could try adding another spice such as cayenne pepper, or you could just go without. While the carrots, onion, and cumin and garlic are cooking, let's cut up our tomatoes, using the same method that we've used to chop all of our other produce so far. First make a flat edge, and then cut down lengthwise, and then widthwise. We can also chop our mint by stacking pieces on top of each other and just cutting with the wave-like motion that we've been using before. Be careful with your fingers, it's a little bit harder to cut something that is so thin. Now that everything has been cooking for 3 minutes, add half of the mint that you've cut up and the tomatoes, and cook until the carrots are soft, which will take about 10 minutes. Now everything has been cooking for 10 minutes and the carrots are soft and fragrant. Add the remaining mint, turn off the heat, and add pepper if you'd like. Hey everyone, I have relocated to my living room and we are going to try our braised tomato and carrot. It is absolutely delicious. I noticed the tomato first when I first tried a bite was right there, and then followed by the carrot, which was perfectly soft at this point. So you should definitely make a bowl of your own, and we'll see you next time. Remember to stop by every Thursday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. to shop locally and get fresh fruits and vegetables so you can make these healthy recipes at home. When you stop by, make sure you go to the outreach table so you can watch these virtual videos and receive health bucks to use at the farm stand. We accept cash, FMNP coupons, health bucks, EBT, and SNAP. If you haven't already seen the cooking recipe videos, make sure to check them out and like and comment below if you enjoyed this video. Hope you join us next time. Thank you. Bye.